Is part of that the refinery?
Even now, I can give commitment to the two presidents that were here. If they will support the refinery, we'll build the identical one that we have in Nigeria, 650,000 barrels.
So the discussions are still early, though, but the three of you, it seems like you're trying to make this work.
It will work. There's nothing that can stop it. We have done the one in Nigeria, and that's why we are taking the bold move, which we have started already. Piling has started. We are building that one to a scale. 1.4 million barrels a day will give us will be the largest refinery in the world. That's number one. Number two, will have 10% of the entire United States of America's refining capacity.
We're discussing that we're going to have a joint refinery in Tanga to benefit all of us, because that refinery is going to take on board the oil from DRC, the oil from Kenya, the oil from South Sudan, the oil from Uganda, and we will just need to build a short pipeline from Tanga to Mombasa, and the finished product will use the pipeline that we already jointly own with Uganda. So all our assets become profitable.
My commitment today here is that if we agree with the 3-4 governments here about the refinery, we will lead and will make sure that that refinery is built within the next 4 or 5 years. Some of us were really tired of seeing our continent going out there to be begging for anything. I mean, if you remember at the beginning of the war between Ukraine and Russia, the chairman of African Union, that was President Macky Sall, had to go and be begging for fertilizers. And since that day, I said, okay, fine, by 2028, Africa will be self-sufficient in fertilizer. And while doing that, we're opening 20 blending plants in areas where they don't have the capacity. Also, we're going to be at 12 million tons of urea. We're going to have massive potash and phosphate from Congo, Brazil. And we believe we will satisfy most of the demands of Africa. Population of Africa of 1.4 billion and also rising, right? We don't have raw material for detergent. Just to wash our decent clothes, which we need every day. We don't have. We only have 2 factories, one Egypt, 50 tons, 100 tons in Algeria. So that's why we also launched now 400,000 metric tons of linear alkaline benzene, which is the 100% raw material of detergent. So we have quite a lot of which before we don't have the capacity. But right now, with the likes of Afrexim Bank, with the likes of Africa Finance Corporation, with a lot of support from other financial institutions. Following these two, there's nothing we cannot do in Africa. That's why we, as a group, we have now launched between now and 2030, we're investing $40 billion in various fields.
Is part of that the refinery?
Even now, I can give commitment to the two presidents that were here. If they will support the refinery, we'll build the identical one that we have in Nigeria, 650,000 barrels.
Dangote's vision extends to the petrochemical leftovers. Byproducts of this refinery can feed new industrial plants for fertilizer and detergents, which are two commodities that currently drain billions of dollars in foreign exchange from East African pockets every year. Now, this aligns perfectly with a growing wave of economic nationalism in the region. Take Uganda, for instance. President Museveni has implemented a strict ban on the export of raw materials, from gold and iron ore to unprocessed coffee.
Banned the export of unprocessed minerals. All of them, I've banned them.
I must really thank President of Uganda for taking this bold move. Stopping the export, they will be forced, they will come and produce.
The funding model for this vision is equally revolutionary. Instead of looking solely to the West, a powerful coalition is forming. The Africa Finance Corporation and the Afrexim Bank are already positioned as the lead arrangers. Meanwhile, a unique equity split is on the table, with Kenya and Uganda projected to take 25% stakes each, with Tanzania holding 20%, ensuring that the region owns its industrial future. This refinery would be the ultimate value addition machine, sucking in crude from Uganda's Lake Albert and Kenya's Lokichar Basin and